Check the live stream audio. Working just fine. So, we can fire this up, get things rolling here. So, 3.1.4 dropped on Wednesday. They put in a fair number of changes. I haven't read the complete changelog. I've just been too busy with some typical work stuff, so I'm not 100% up to speed on all of the changes. But some of the core stuff I know is they changed a lot of the flight control system, as well as the ESP, which is kind of the countering to smooth out some of the motion in the ship to make it easier. So if you pan to the right, it kind of counters you a little bit. Tries to make the flight characteristics a little easier. They did a lot of work on maglev for the hover bikes, and if you saw my last live stream where I put the Dragonfly, or tried to put the Dragonfly into my Freelancer, I had some issues with that where it didn't quite want to work, and my ship ended up teleporting through everything, and just running into some typical issues and unpleasantries with that. So I'm not entirely sure what is changed in that and how it's going to be super different. I don't remember what skin tone I picked for myself. I could do that. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't think that I will be going through and wish you didn't have to do this every time. Going through and trying to park it inside my ship again, just because of the I'll say ridiculousness that had. Let's check out the US region, actually. Just curious to see how the performance will be. If it's terrible, we will swap servers. But I want to see how the performance has been increased. I know they're supposed to have smoothed out some of the performance issues. The maglev and all that stuff for the hover bikes is smoothed out, as I mentioned. Don't think a lot of combat itself with weaponry and things has changed, mostly just flight models, so we'll see how combat goes, and that's probably where we'll start, just because it's the easiest thing to jump in and do with bounty hunting. Then we'll probably swap to a throwaway ship so I don't have to worry about losing it when somebody shoots on the planet. I think we'll fly out to Celen. I like flying around Celen, although I haven't been around Yila for a while, but I don't remember exactly which facility at Yila allows me to spawn ground vehicles. I think the other major thing I'd love to see them fix is the elevators at Levski. I haven't seen anybody post about it, and I really don't want to play guinea pig with that, as you saw in one of my other live streams where I somehow spawned at Levski even though I wasn't anywhere near it when I died. I was out closer to Yila, so I don't know why I didn't go to Grim Hex or back to Ulazar, because Levski's a long way out there. So, what is it? Show info 3. I already forgot how to do that. Wow, I'm dumb. Show FPS in Star Citizen. Let's get that pulled back up right quick. R_display info. Man. There. 0 FPS. That's not a good start. Climbing up a little bit, although I seem to be clipping under my bed sheets, and I'm seeing a lot of micro stutters, so it doesn't look like this server is going to be fantastic, which isn't necessary. Okay, where's my mouse? In focus mode, I have lost my mouse. Guess they changed that. Focus mode is always on my screen now. That's not good. I hope that's a glitch, because I don't really want to have to turn focus mode on or off. That's just gonna get really weird. Someone got the sand option. Interesting, so it's like focus mode is stuck on. Why would that be? I don't even know where to look for it in that. No, I don't want interdiction mode. Let's do on foot advance. Interaction mode, yes, we know that. Well, okie dokie. Alright, let's try to do a bit of combat. Still barely over 30 FPS, so that's kind of weak. I'm kind of surprised that there wasn't any more optimizations put into it. A1, well that... Nope, focus is still broken. Okay. We'll have to try reloading a little later, because that is going to get annoying that I am locked in on focus mode. If I turn it off, I can start running. It's all backwards! So if I push and hold F, which is normally how I enter focus mode, my camera returns to normal. And I can move and run, so awesome. I'll just have to get used to holding F for this session. Ooh, looks like someone got a reclaimer. Here's my piddly little Super Hornet next to that guy's Behemoth. That is such a big ship. Alright, let's get in and do some combat and see how these ESP changes work. At least you can turn off ESP if you go into the menus, you can disable it. So I'm going to have to try it with and without that, just to see what I think. I'm going to drop the camera. Okay, that may be a bit of a showstopper. How am I supposed to fly in focus mode? I won't have right strafe.
Takeoff complete.
Okay.
Landing.
Alright. I know in some of those changes they also made it so when a heavier ship, ooh that's terrible, tries to take off of a planet's surface, they will not be able to use thrusters to do so. Makes sense because a massive ship really shouldn't be able to reach orbit with thrusters only, especially if there's heavy gravity. Now maybe at Alevsky, yeah, because the planet's so small, or Delamar. Well, bogey. But here and on Daymar and Yela, the planet's big enough and it has a pretty good amount of gravity. You really shouldn't need to be able, or shouldn't be able to get thrusters to get you into orbit. So the changes they've made require you to actually use your main engines and to use afterburners in some instances to actually get into orbit, which makes a lot of sense. And I prefer that because it's a bit more realistic than just, hey, I can hit strafe up and I'll reach orbit in a few moments. Well, I feel like there's more drag as an initial impression.
It's not supposed to go down like this.
Whoa. Okay, having to hold F while I fly is really a distraction. But whoa. It's like the controls are kind of fighting back. Like there's, if you have a tripod or something, you can turn on drag so that you have to push a little harder against a pan or a tilt or certain motions on the camera. And that's kind of what it feels like here, where it's almost like I'm fighting my control system. Out of my way, buddy, I don't want to shoot you, you're a good guy.
So maybe you're not such a pushover.
It doesn't even seem like my weapons are connecting to him, really. Oh, that is bizarre. And I hate having to hold F. Come on. Alright. Let's catch up. Thought there was another one here. Ah, Buccaneer. Whoa! You're the freelancer. 2,000 out. So I'm not sure why I'm aiming off to the left, because it doesn't look like he's moving in a way that would require me to lead my shot. And if you see, it doesn't even look like my shots are going in that direction, so it doesn't look like the aim assist is working either. Why is that? Alright, I am going to find a target. Okay, it's not good. Although now it seems like I'm no longer in focus mode. Interesting. So now I do have to hold F to interact with my menus. So let's find... Not a lot of missions here. Come on, I need a bounty hunter. Magic trick. Nope, don't want to do that. Alright, well I'm going to fly to a planet, and let's see if these bugs will stop. Let's fly out to a planet. Why is my mouse not working at all now? Then we are going to attempt to land back at Olazar and reload, because that is totally broken. Menu, comms, oh, wrong way, because I can't, the menus aren't responding, and then the entire Mobiglass is bugged out. I saw that back in 3.1.2, I think, where I would push to enter the Mobiglass and everything just sort of flickered and freaked out and had some major issues, so that's not good. Alright, let's come in here. What the heck is this? No, 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 no. What is going on? I shouldn't be attached to anything here. Cut the power before I crash. Nope, we're dead. Why are you focused on that? Wow. What are you zoomed in on? Okay. Yeah. Totally borked. Everything got locked into a set. Let's do a complete recap of that, because that was just terrible. So focus mode was locked on, meaning that I couldn't use my mouse properly as a mouse. Well, I could still walk forward in FPS mode and walk to and from wherever I needed to go. When you pan in FPS mode, when you pan in focus mode, it's a lot slower to respond to anything you want to do, because you're trying to interact with things. So I had to move my mouse 3 times the distance, normally maybe that far, to do a 90-degree pan. And this, it was that far because it's expecting you to input and interact with your environment. Got it to work, that's fine. I was able to walk out, jump in my ship. In my ship, I was hoping that it would kind of switch back out of focus mode, so it actually didn't.